up, getting ready for a fight. I love the east back to the criminal spread. I'm on a mission.
Welcome to our pay-per-view special. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to Boardwalk Hall in the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey. This, the site of our championship fight. Scheduled for 12 rounds in the light heavyweight division between these two great warriors. Crawford's got his eye on the prize. He has complete focus on his ring walk here. Joe Calzaghe's making his way to the ring right now. Boy, and he's not bashful at all, is he? Look at him, confidently making his way down for this contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Radical Crawford.
Opening round here. See if they go the full 12 tonight. When a right-handed fighter faces a southpaw like we see here tonight, Teddy, that right jab is right up against his jab.
That's absolutely right. And you know what? That's a great point, because there lies maybe the greatest advantage for the southpaw, because now the orthodox fighter doesn't feel comfortable using his jab. It doesn't land. It doesn't have the clearance that it usually has. And therefore, he doesn't use it, and he hurts himself.
Well off the mark by bad intentions. Nice strike after catching one by Crawford. Good job staying away from the danger there. Oh! Crawford!
It's a clean now.
And there he's been warned for hitting below the belt. That's just like a little love shove right there. Just a little love shove to give yourself some room. Blocks away that headshot. Joe Calzaghe's corner is going to really need to step up and handle that swelling. Oh, Crawford's nailed by a counter punch. Crawford's got a way of just getting away from that punch. Eddie, here's something that you will often point out early in a fight, and it's obvious with this guy. He cuts easy.
Yeah, he definitely does. And what he's going to have to do, there's a reason why he cuts. First of all, he's got thin skin. Now he has scar tissue, so it's only more of a problem. But he gets hit too easy. He's got to improve his defense. He's got to go out there and keep his hands up better, move his head a little bit more. Maybe the cuts won't happen then.
Close jab, carry it away, you'll have it. Hey, come there, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay, listen.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway.
What is a twerkulator like you doing with a perpetrator like him? I can never say like this. I'm reverberating right. You got that twerkulator like you doing got that pretty spoil. I got these words for death. I hit with the verbal. They hit me with the inverse. I think I'm pretty spoiled. I said, let's run this shot.
Crawford's corner is probably wondering what effect the last round's going to have as we start this round. Remember, he was stunned in that last round.
Yeah, he was stunned. He's got to behave like a pro, like a real fighter now. He's got to be able to have a short memory, put that aside, and go out there now and pick up the same way as he had in his mind when he came to this arena. That he's going to be the boss. He's going to be the one leaving here with a W.
What's the proper way to use a heavy bag, Teddy?
Well, to be aware of all facets, of all dimensions, all elements. First of all, where you're punching from. Don't just get in there and just punching because nobody's punching back. Punch from the right distance. When you're jabbing, be at a distance where you can get full extension, where when you throw it, he can't counter you with the right hand. That's very important. And then moving after your last punch, not just taking a picture after you throw because nobody's throwing back. Make believe somebody's throwing back at you.
Halfway through this round. Really a lot of consistency from him with the right hand. Crawford's last round is a good example of what can happen when you just stay active. He threw more punches. He landed more punches. You can see the punch stats here, and it really paid off for him.
Yeah, what's that old saying? With great power comes great responsibility, and with great punch stats or high punch stats comes danger sometimes. Well, I made that one up. I don't know if there's actually a saying for that. But that's where you got to be careful. Yeah, the punch numbers are real high, but the more you throw, the more chance of somebody catching you as you're throwing. He has to be aware of that.
Nice block by Bad Intentions. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. There he goes with the right hand again. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Joe Calzaghe. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Able to counter that attack. Well, it may be one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. He got hit right there, but he also, there it is! Crawford stunned and he is hurt. You see how he does that right there? Crawford's going to get a point deduction.
Time out, time! I warned you about your head. That's 1 point. 1 point.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Joe Calzaghe. Ten seconds to go in this third round. Joe Calzaghe's eye to me is getting worse as things continue on here. Teddy, he's got to be very conscious of that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and his corner has to be too. They got to be thinking about if it gets to the point where he can't defend himself, they have to do something. Obviously, they didn't come here thinking they were going to have to stop this fight.
Here we go with the fourth round. Crawford's looking all right here as we start this round, but it was just a round to go that he got tagged. He was stunned there in that last round. What do you expect from him here, Teddy?
Well, I think he's starting to gain a little bit of confidence because, now he's been left alone a little bit. And that's the danger. His opponent is letting him get himself healthy again. And if a guy who's been hurt starts to gain confidence, all of a sudden you have a tougher fight than you ever thought you were going to have on your hands.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Not getting it done with that straight right hand. On the mark with the combination by Bad Intentions. Crawford's ability to properly throw and land his combinations has been stunning. Teddy, why is he so successful?
Because you just said it. He's putting them together. One or two wouldn't land, but he's handcuffing the guy. And the first two punches, they set up the third and fourth.
Punches and bunches, combination up top. Unbelievable work there, landing a 4-punch combo. Unable to land that shot. Seconds remaining in this round. Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Crawford's now got a bit of an uphill battle dealing with that swelling coming from that last round.
You need to move your head from side to side, okay? I want to see that head move. You just focus on the fight.
Another round. Will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight. Crawford's just being smart on the outside. He is very much being tested here, even though he's likely up on the scorecards. He's getting a real test here.
Yeah, a test that will serve in the future. If he goes on to win this fight, I think he will. He's going to take what he learned here today, what he gained here today, and it's going to serve him as he moves forward in his career.
Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities because he's got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
90 seconds to go here in this round. Crawford's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Joe Calzaghe's not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying, Joe? You're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his trainers. Because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing. That when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Final 10 seconds of this fifth round. Joe Calzaghe's cheek is ripped open right there. You can see the cut. Crawford's in complete control. Teddy, way ahead on the scorecards every which way, isn't he?
Yeah, every which way, and especially the most important way, I think, is that the fight is in his kind of pace. It's a fast-paced fight. It's an outside fight. It's exactly what he wants, not only to be ahead, which we think he is, but to stay ahead.
Mixes with a punch. Next round, that was good. Keep that up and see how.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Good way to protect the midsection.
Go side to side. In and out, in and out.
And he engages in the clinch.
Side to side.
All right, punch it out.
Keep working the body.
Halfway through this round here, Joe Calzaghe's gone into a defensive shell, but that shell has cracks in it.
Yeah, it does. And the reason why it's getting cracked is because his opponent is confident that with those earmuffs on, going into that peekaboo defense that he is, he knows he's handcuffed. So he's putting together 3, 4, 5 punches where normally he would only throw 1 or 2, worried something's going to come back.
Good looking counter punch. Crawford's fighting real smart here on the outside. Crawford's showing us that if he pulls this trigger, he's hitting that target. His accuracy is great.
Well, that's part of his ability. It's not just his hand speed and that he's technically good. He's got a little bit of pop, but he knows when to throw. See, that's important, Joe. Knowing when to let the hands go. He knows exactly what time it is.
The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
And that round is underway, and we are halfway through the scheduled slate. Parries that punch away. Parries the punch, comes back with the hook. Well, we told you it could be this kind of fight, and as advertised thus far. Great movement to get away from those punches. Able to dismiss it. He gets off with a combination up top. That punch nowhere close. Crawford's doing it just the way he wants to do it, and that last round kind of sums up the whole fight. In complete control. He's up on the scorecards, heading towards another victory.
And he's up on my scorecard. Now he just has to be careful that he doesn't get careless, he doesn't get reckless.
Round 8 is underway. Crawford's got a chance to do something very special here. He really puts forth some serious damage to his opponent in the last round. Now, possibly a stoppage, Teddy.
Yeah, if he doesn't get over anxious, if he doesn't rush in there and smother himself, he's going to get the knockout.
Frustrating his opponent with great defense. How about that? Back-to-back he lands by Crawford. Teddy, so much work in the gym goes into head movement and how to hit a moving target. Doesn't matter in this fight tonight.
No, this guy doesn't move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Nice block by Bad Intentions. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Crawford.
That's it. Roll him off with that move. Get the compress on.
They start up again. Back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. Well, we told you earlier that cut above the eye could really be something he had to watch out for. Now it's a major issue.
Yeah, it's gotten worse, Joe. And there's two reasons for it. One, the corner, the cut man hasn't done a great job with stopping that. And the other reason, the fighter hasn't done a great job. He hasn't moved. He hasn't gone on the defense. He hasn't really given the coagulant, the medicines, a chance to work.
Off target with that hook. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Throws a counter punch there. It's hard to believe that he can win this fight on the scorecard. That means it's do or die at this point. You got to go for broke.
Yeah, that means that you got to come up with that Hail Mary pass. Now, when you come up with that Hail Mary pass, you don't just chuck the ball. You have to have a receiver down there. You have to make sure that he's running a certain route. Right now, he's got to look for one spot, something to land that shot.
Able to dismiss it. There's the headshot, but he parries it away.
Let's see some more head movement. Let's see some more head movement. Get out of the way.
Good job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by Bad Intentions. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
And now they start round number 10.
Keep me in the sky. On the way down, just a example of faith versus physics. Scientology. The same way that others just break glass. I ain't the salvation in form of non-crash. I won't so all my life I'm so happy. This is the vessel of my please fuck. I wanna all my life.
Good block there by Bad Intentions. You just missed that shot up top. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Good block by Bad Intentions. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Well, his opponent doesn't like that, but that's exactly what he was trying to do. Just create some space there.
Hey.
Oi, 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 poloi, bags of noise, wake up, shake it up like milkshake, make honey feel great, I'll push up, kiss and cuss, if I'm in disgust, let me discuss, so I fling you around like a discus, I re-record, not fade away, fade away, fade away, fade away, fade away, wisdom, nothing, no duplicate, 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 wow, warrior, I got that bang bang sound. So come on, crank it loud. I got that bang bang sound. Yeah. So come on, crank it loud.
And that does it for this round. Crawford's coasting his way towards a victory here. That round comes to an end, and yet another round that you got to mark down on your scorecard for him.
Yeah, the only way he loses now is if he's a glutton. You know those guys, you've seen them, Joe, they're on our crew. They stay at the table too long. They don't know when to push away from the table, you know? Well, he's got to push away from the table right now. If he does that, hey, this is in the bank.
Get him this round. Just focus on the fight. He'll take care of himself.
The start to the 11th round. Crawford's opening up this round knowing that he is in complete control. I think he can actually end this fight. He really hurt him in that last round, Teddy.
He did, but what the trick is now, if he wants to end this fight, is to keep the certain distance. I know that sounds funny. We say, hey, Teddy's hurting the guy. You want to get close to him. No, because as he gets close, his opponent's going to grab him. So just keep enough range where you can keep that offensive flow going.
Blocks the headshot.
Move your head.
A headshot blocked. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Both men trading hooks. 60 seconds to go in what has been a toe-to-toe war. Oh, what a great round. Zoning in on that gut combination punch downstairs. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Crawford's doing an extraordinary job of never giving his opponent the chance to get back in this fight. Just like we saw in that last round there, he's way up on your scorecard.
Yeah, I have way up, and more importantly, you touched on it. It's the kind of fight he wants. You know, it's in his element. It's sort of in his pool, so to speak, his waters. You know, it's an outside fight. It's a jabbing fight, everything he likes.
And this is the final round. 12 rounds going at you. And this is the final round, round number 12 coming at you. Showing you some defense there with the block. by Crawford. Way to block there. That's just like a little love shove right there. Just a little love shove to give yourself some room. The twists and turns and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by Bad Intentions. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Competitive throughout. Who got it? To find out, we send it up to the ring.
The judges have reached a split decision. Your winner and still champion of the world, Bad Intentions Crawford.
Crawford's your winner, and that means still champion of the world.
A flawless performance.
See, I ain't playing, kid. He screamed and I ain't just saying it. You PMD, I'm scared for us. Someone might fight the dust before rush hour. The power I got was napping next, so I suggest y'all show respect. We on dead. Hands up. Yeah. 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 Guys walk past your crib, walking out, go in your mouth, chalk you out. With the enough lines and just carry you out with the ID, moving the fuck up, black eye with the nosebleed. My dudes be like, be chill. I be like, chill. Got complain about the game past the bill. The DMD's too real. Y'all know the only reason why he paid the bill. How many times I gotta tell you that shut down? So Eric and Paris return and hold the B-boom down. Step through the door, my body, flick off around. Fall back, don't get hit with the smoke power. Me up, get up off the beats too hard. Hands up, yeah. Hands up, yeah. Hands up.